I used to think love had a sound. It was the way she hummed while making coffee. The way she whispered, "I love you," into my neck before falling asleep. The way her laugh filled every corner of our apartment like sunlight through a cracked window. But love also has a silence. And I didn't notice it creeping in until it was too late. It started small. She stopped saying, "I love you" back. At first, I told myself she was tired. Stressed. That her mind was somewhere else. But then I realized, was somewhere else. Someone else. Because she still said it. Just not to me. I'd hear her in the bathroom, door half closed, phone pressed to her ear. Her voice soft. Sweet. Tender. The same voice she used to use with me. And every time I walked in, she'd go quiet. Smile. Say it was work. Say it was her sister. Say it was nothing. But nothing doesn't make your eyes light up like that. So one night, while she slept beside me, close enough to touch, but a world away, I did something I swore I'd never do. I checked her phone. And I found him. Not just messages. Not just flirtation. I found a star. Our entire relationship, rewritten. With him in my place. There are moments in life that arrive unannounced, slipping through the cracks of your ordinary routine like light through a dusty window. Moments that you don't recognize as life-changing until you're standing on the other side of them, looking back, wondering how everything shifted so quietly. For me, that moment happened on a rainy October afternoon in a second-hand bookstore that smelled like old paper and lost time. I wasn't supposed to be there. I'd planned to go straight home after work, grade essays, maybe listen to some Miles Davis and pretend the week hadn't beaten me down. But the rain started, heavy, relentless, the kind that soaks through your jacket in seconds, and I ducked into the first open door I saw. The bookstore was narrow and cluttered, shelves leaning like they were tired of holding up the weight of so many stories. A few other people milled around, shaking rain from their hair, murmuring in low voices. The fluorescent lights flickered overhead, casting everything in a warm, amber glow that made the whole place feel like a memory you couldn't quite place. I wandered toward the back, hands in my pockets, not really looking for anything. Just killing time. Just existing in a space that wasn't work and wasn't home. And then I saw her. She was standing near the classic literature section, holding a worn copy of Wuthering Heights. Rainwater dripped from the ends of her dark hair, pooling on the hardwood floor beneath her feet. She didn't seem to notice. Or care. She was completely absorbed, turning the pages slowly, like she was reading a language only she understood. Her fingers traced the lines of text with a reverence I recognized, the kind of touch reserved for things you love deeply, things that matter more than they should. I don't know what made me speak. Maybe it was the way she looked, like a character who'd wandered out of a novel and forgotten to go back. Maybe it was loneliness. Maybe it was fate, if you believe in that sort of thing. Heathcliff's overrated, I said. She looked up. Blinked. Her eyes were the color of honey in sunlight, flecked with gold and green and something indefinable. "Excuse me," she said, but there was a smile tugging at the corner of her mouth. "Heathcliff," I repeated, nodding toward the book in her hands. "Everyone thinks he's this tragic romantic hero. But he's just obsessive. Cruel, honestly. Catherine deserved better." She closed the book slowly, deliberately, and tilted her head to study me. It wasn't a casual glance. It was the kind of look that made you feel like you were being memorized, catalogued, analyzed, filed away for later. "That's a bold take," she said. "I'm a history teacher," I said with a shrug. "Bold takes are kind of my thing." She laughed. It was bright and unexpected, like a bell ringing in an empty room. And just like that, I was gone. "I'm Mara," she said, extending a hand. "Daniel." Her hand was cold from the rain, but her grip was firm. Confident. I held it a second longer than necessary, and she didn't pull away. "So, if not Heathcliff," she said, "who's your idea of a good literary love story?" I thought for a moment, aware that she was still watching me with those honey-gold eyes. "I don't know. Maybe something quieter. Less destructive. Like Persuasion. And Eliot and Captain Wentworth. They wait. They grow. They choose each other when it actually means something." She smiled wider, and I noticed the way it crinkled the corners of her eyes. "You're a romantic." "Guilty. And you teach history?" "Yeah." "Why?" "Because romantics usually teach English. History teachers are supposed to be cynical. Maybe I'm the exception." Maybe you are. We ended up in the cafe next door, a cramped little place with mismatched chairs and chipped mugs and the kind of atmosphere that made you want to stay forever. The rain never stopped. Neither did we. She told me she was a graphic designer, freelance, working out of a cramped studio apartment she shared with a cat named Poe. She told me about her dream of illustrating a children's book someday, something whimsical and strange, full of impossible creatures and landscapes that existed only in imagination. I want to create something that makes kids feel like the world is bigger than they thought, she said, stirring her coffee absently. Something that makes them want to explore. I told her I collected vinyl records, not the expensive rare ones, just the ones that meant something. Jazz, mostly. Some old soul. A little bit of everything, really. I love teaching, I said, but sometimes I feel like I'm talking to walls. Like no one's really listening. I'm listening, she said. And she was. She leaned forward, chin resting on her hand, eyes locked on mine like I was the most interesting person in the world. It was intoxicating. She told me her favorite color was burnt orange, like autumn leaves right before they fall, she said. She told me she hated the smell of roses but loved wildflowers, that she'd once spent an entire summer backpacking through Europe with nothing but a sketchbook and $20 a day. I didn't have a plan, she said. I just wandered. Drew whatever I saw. Slept wherever I could. It was the freest I've ever felt. That sounds incredible. It was. But it was also lonely. She looked down at her coffee. Freedom is lonely when you don't have anyone to share it with. I didn't know what to say to that. So I just reached across the table and touched her hand. She looked up. Smiled. And something passed between us, something unspoken but understood. By the time we left, the rain had softened to a drizzle. We stood outside the cafe, neither of us wanting to say goodbye. The streetlights reflected in the puddles, turning the pavement into a mirror of glowing gold. Can I see you again? I asked. She smiled, pulling out her phone. I'd be disappointed if you didn't ask. We exchanged numbers. She texted me before I even got home. Mara still think Heathcliff's overrated. Me absolutely. But I'm willing to debate it over dinner. Mara tomorrow. Me tomorrow. By the end of that week, we'd had 3 dates. By the end of the month, I was in love. She was everything I didn't know I needed. Spontaneous where I was steady. Creative where I was logical. She painted the world in colors I'd never noticed before, burnt orange sunsets, lavender mornings, the deep indigo of late-night conversations. I started seeing life through her eyes. And it was beautiful. She showed me how to find magic in ordinary things. How a Tuesday could feel like an adventure. How silence between two people could be comfortable instead of awkward. For 2 years, I thought I was her favorite masterpiece. I thought I was the story she'd never stop writing. I was wrong. Our love was slow and sacred. We didn't rush. We didn't chase the high of infatuation and call it forever. We built something, brick by brick, moment by moment, late-night conversation by late-night conversation. We built a home, not just in a physical space, but in each other. She moved in with me 6 months after we met. Not because we had to, but because it felt right. Because waking up without her felt wrong. Because her toothbrush next to mine made more sense than anything else in the world. The apartment I'd lived in alone for 3 years suddenly became our star. Her art covered the walls, abstract watercolors that looked like emotion given form, sketches of buildings and trees and people she'd seen on her wanderings, a charcoal portrait of me reading on the couch that I didn't even know she'd drawn until I found it framed on the bedroom wall. When did you do this? I asked, staring at my own face rendered in careful, loving strokes. You fall asleep reading every Sunday, she said, wrapping her arms around my waist from behind. I've been sketching you for weeks. Why? Because I want to remember this. All of it. Every version of you. My books lined the shelves, history texts, classic novels, philosophy I pretended to understand. Her plants crowded the windowsills, reaching toward the light like they were praying. My record player spun constantly in the corner, filling the apartment with Miles Davis, Billie Holiday, Coltrane's melancholic saxophone. We fit together like puzzle pieces that had been searching for each other our whole lives. We had rituals. Sunday morning pancakes, her recipe, my execution. She'd sit on the counter, legs swinging, stealing bites of batter and laughing when I told her she was going to get salmonella. I like living dangerously, she'd say, dipping her finger in the bowl again. You're impossible. And you love it. She was right. Wednesday movie nights, always something old and black and white. She had a thing for classic cinema, Casablanca Roman holiday the Third Man star. She'd curl into my side, head on my shoulder, and I'd run my fingers through her hair while Humphrey Bogart delivered lines that felt like they were written for us. We'll always have Paris, she'd whisper, half asleep. We'll always have this, I'd whisper back. Friday walks through the park, rain or shine. She insisted on it, said it was important to move, to see the world change with the seasons, to remember that nothing stays the same forever. She'd hold my hand like it was the only thing tethering her to the earth. Why do you always hold my hand so tight? I asked once, on a particularly cold November evening. She looked at me, surprised, like the answer was obvious. Because I don't want to lose you. I kissed her knuckles, tasted the cold on her skin. You won't. Promise? Promise. There were mornings I'd wake up to find her sketching my face in her notebook, tongue poking out in concentration, pencil moving with quick, confident strokes. I'd pretend to still be asleep just to watch her work, to see the way her brow furrowed when she couldn't get a line right, the way she'd smile when she finally captured what she was looking for. She'd catch me eventually, every time. You're supposed to be sleeping, she'd say, throwing a pillow at my head. Can't help it. You're more interesting than dreams. She'd blush, climb back into bed, curl into me like I was home. On her birthday, I bought her a set of professional markers, Copic, the expensive kind, the ones she'd been eyeing online for months but refused to buy for herself because they're too expensive and I'm not good enough yet. When she opened the box, she cried. Not just tears. Full, body-shaking sobs that made me panic for a second, made me think I'd done something wrong. Hey, what's wrong? I asked, pulling her close. No one's ever. She stopped, wiping her eyes, laughing through the tears. No one's ever treated my dreams like they were real before. They are real, I said, cupping her face. And so are you. You're the most real thing I've ever known. She kissed me so hard I forgot how to breathe. 6 months later, I asked her to make it official. Not just sharing a space, but sharing a life. Permanently. Put both our names on the lease. Combine our furniture. Merge our worlds completely. She said yes without hesitation. We painted the bedroom together, a warm, golden color she picked out called Honey Glow. We rearranged the furniture a dozen times, arguing playfully about whether the couch should face the window or the TV. She won. She always won. The window has better light, she said. But the TV. The window, Daniel. Yes, m. We hung pictures. Built shelves. Argued about throw pillows. Created a space that was uniquely, undeniably our star. One night, tangled in our sheets, the city lights bleeding through the curtains, she turned to me with that look, the one that meant she was about to say something important, something she'd been thinking about for a while. Promise me something, she whispered, tracing patterns on my chest with her finger. Anything. Don't ever stop seeing me. I didn't understand then. Not fully. But I felt the weight of it. The fear underneath the request. What do you mean? I mean. She paused, searching for words. Don't let me become invisible. Don't let me become routine. Keep seeing me. Really seeing me. Never, I said, kissing her forehead, her nose, her lips. I promise. You're all I see. I meant it. God, I meant it. I thought she did too. But promises are funny things. They feel permanent when you make them. Like carving your names into a tree. Like they'll outlast storms and seasons and time itself. But promises are only as strong as the people who make them. And sometimes, people change. Sometimes, they forget what they promised. Sometimes, they just stop trying. It started in March. Not with a bang. Not with a fight or a revelation or anything you could point to and say, that's when it broke. It started quietly, insidiously, like the first crack in a frozen lake, small, almost invisible, but deep enough to matter. She got a new client. A big one. Some startup founder named Eric who wanted her to design his entire brand from scratch, logo, website, marketing materials, social media aesthetic, the works. It was the kind of project she'd been dreaming about for years. The kind that could launch her career into something bigger, more legitimate, more hers. I was proud of her. Genuinely, completely proud. "This is amazing," I said when she told me, pulling her into a hug. "You're amazing. You deserve this." She smiled, but there was something distant in her eyes. Something I didn't recognize. "It's a lot of work," she said, already scrolling through her phone. "I'll probably be pulling late nights for a while." "That's okay. I'll be here." She nodded. Kissed my cheek, quick, perfunctory. Pulled away. And that's when it started. The late nights. The glow of her laptop screen long after I'd gone to bed. The texts at dinner that made her smile in ways I hadn't seen in weeks. The phone calls she took in the other room, door half closed, voice low and careful. At first, I told myself it was just the project. That she was passionate. That this was her big break and I should be supportive, not suspicious. But something felt off. She stopped cuddling on the couch. We used to spend every evening there, her head on my shoulder, my arm around her waist, watching terrible reality TV and making fun of it together. Now she'd sit on the opposite end, laptop balanced on her knees, typing furiously, barely acknowledging my presence. She stopped asking about my day. Used to be the first thing she'd say when I got home. "How was work? What happened? Tell me everything." Now I'd walk in and she'd barely look up. "Hey," I'd say. "Mum," she'd respond, eyes glued to her screen. She stopped looking at me the way she used to, like I was the only person in the room who mattered. Like I was her person. Now when she looked at me, it was like she was looking through me. Past me. At something, or someone, else. I tried to talk to her about it. "You seem distracted lately," I said one night, trying to keep my voice casual, non-accusatory. "I'm just busy," she said. "This project is huge." "I know. I just miss you." "I'm right here." "Are you?" She looked up then, finally, and something flashed across her face. Guilt? Annoyance? I couldn't tell. "I'm doing this for us," she said. "For our future." "I know. I'm proud of you." "Then let me work." I did. I gave her space. I stopped asking questions. I stopped trying to pull her attention away from her screen. And the distance grew. One night, I said, "I love you," as she got into bed. She hummed. Didn't say it back. I froze. My heart stopped mid-beat. The silence stretched between us like a chasm. "Did you hear me?" I asked, voice smaller than I wanted it to be. Yeah. Sorry. I'm exhausted." She turned over. Curled away from me. Fell asleep within minutes. I lay awake beside her, staring at the ceiling, feeling a crack I couldn't name splitting through my chest. And that's when I started noticing the pattern. She didn't say, "I love you," anymore. Not to me. But I'd hear her in the bathroom. In the car. On the balcony at night, standing under the stars with her phone pressed to her ear, voice soft and sweet and familiar, the voice she used to use with me. "I love you too," she'd say. Smiling. Actually smiling. Glowing in a way I hadn't seen in weeks. And every time I asked who she was talking to, she'd give me the same answer. "Just work. Just Eric. Just the client." But clients don't make you smile like that. They don't make you stay up until 2 a.m., whispering into your phone like it's the only thing keeping you alive. They don't make you light up like you've remembered what happiness feels like. And they definitely don't make you stop saying, "I love you," to the person you share a bed with. I started to wonder. Who was on the other end? And why did she love him more than me? I started paying attention. Really paying attention. The way she'd tense when her phone buzzed. The way she'd angle her screen away from me when we were in the same room. The way she'd disappear for 20 minutes at a time, always with an excuse, going to the bathroom, taking out the trash, getting some air. One night, I woke up at 2 a.m. to find her side of the bed empty. I got up, found her on the balcony, phone to her ear, laughing quietly into the night. "You're ridiculous," she said, voice full of warmth. I stood in the doorway, watching her. She didn't notice me. "I wish I could," she said. "No, he'll be asleep." "Yeah. Okay. I'll text you." She hung up. Turned around. Saw me. "Hey," she said, startled. What are you doing up? Who were you talking to? Eric. Just about the project. At 2 a.m.? He's a night owl. She brushed past me, heading back to bed. Come on. Let's get some sleep. But I didn't sleep. I just lay there, feeling her warmth next to me, feeling more alone than I'd ever felt in my life. And I knew. Something was happening. Something I couldn't stop. Something that was going to destroy us. I didn't plan it. I want that to be clear. I'm not the jealous type. I don't snoop. I don't check phones or read messages or corner people with accusations. I've always believed in trust. In privacy. In giving people the benefit of the doubt. I've always believed that if you have to check someone's phone, the relationship is already over. But that night, something inside me broke open. We were getting ready for bed. It was a Tuesday. Ordinary. Unremarkable. She'd been quieter than usual at dinner, scrolling through her phone, smiling at something I wasn't part of. I'm gonna take a shower, she said, standing up from the couch. Okay. She left her phone on the nightstand. Headed to the bathroom. I heard the water start. And then it buzzed. Once. Twice. 3 times. I stared at it from across the room. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. Don't do it. Don't be that person. But I couldn't stop myself. I walked over. Picked it up. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped it. No password. She'd removed it months ago. Said she trusted me. Said she had nothing to hide. We shouldn't have secrets, she'd said. The screen lit up. 3 new messages. From someone named Eric ***. My stomach twisted into a knot so tight I thought I might be sick. I shouldn't. I opened them. Eric ***. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. I miss your face. Mara ***. Miss you more. He's asleep by 10 these days. I'll call you after. Eric ***. Does he know? Mara ***. No. And he won't. I felt the air leave my lungs. The room tilted. I had to sit down on the edge of the bed before I collapsed. I scrolled up. Further. Weeks of messages. Maybe months. I couldn't tell. Time blurred into a series of flirtations and inside jokes and plans I wasn't part of. Eric ***. That dress you wore today, couldn't stop thinking about it. Mara ***. Glad you noticed winking smiley ***. Eric ***. I always notice. Everything about you. Mara ***. You're dangerous. Eric ***. You love it. Mara ***. I do. Photos I'd never seen. Her laughing in a restaurant I didn't recognize. Her wearing a dress I'd never watched her put on. Her in a park, golden hour light, looking at the camera, looking at him, like she was in love. Messages that should have been meant for me. Eric ***. You looked beautiful today. Mara ***. You make me feel beautiful. Eric ***. He doesn't appreciate you. Mara ***. No. He doesn't. That one hit me like a punch to the gut. Eric ***. You deserve someone who sees you. Mara ***. I'm starting to think I found him. And then I found the one that destroyed me. The one that took everything I thought I knew and shattered it into pieces too small to ever put back together. Eric ***. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Mara ***. You make me feel alive again. Alive? Again. As if I'd been killing her this whole time. As if loving her had been slowly suffocating her and she'd finally found someone who let her breathe. I couldn't see. Couldn't think. Couldn't process what I was reading. The shower shut off. Panic flooded through me. I put the phone down exactly where I'd found it, screen dark, like it had never been touched. My hands were trembling so badly I had to sit on them. She came out a moment later, towel wrapped around her, hair dripping wet, skin flushed from the heat. She looked soft. Innocent. Like she hadn't just destroyed my entire world without even knowing it. She smiled at me. That smile. The one I used to think was mine. "You okay?" she asked, tilting her head, concern in those honeygold eyes. I nodded. Forced my face into something resembling normal. "Yeah. Just tired." "Long day?" "Yeah." She climbed into bed beside me. Kissed my shoulder, quick, absent, routine. "Love you," she murmured into her pillow. But she didn't. Not really. Not anymore. She turned off the light. And I lay there in the dark, next to the woman I loved, feeling more alone than I'd ever felt in my entire life. I didn't sleep. I just listened to her breathe. Steady. Peaceful. Unburdened. And I wondered how long she'd been pretending. How many times she'd kissed me while thinking of him. How many times she'd said my name but meant his. How long I'd been living with a ghost. I waited 3 days. 3 days of dying slowly. 3 days of pretending. Of smiling when she walked into the room. Of saying, "Good morning," like I meant it. Of asking, "How was your day," like I cared about the answer. 3 days of watching her text him at the dinner table, hearing her laugh on the phone in the bathroom, sleeping beside someone who wasn't really there anymore. 3 days of feeling my heart break a little more with every passing hour. I tried to convince myself I was wrong. That I'd misunderstood. That there was some explanation, some context I was missing that would make it all make sense. But there wasn't. I knew what I'd seen. On the 4th night, I couldn't anymore. She was sitting on the couch, phone in hand, smiling at something on the screen. That smile. The one that used to belong to me. The one I'd fallen in love with in a bookstore 2 years ago. It didn't belong to me anymore. "Who is he?" The words came out flat. Lifeless. Like they didn't belong to me either. She looked up. Blinked. The smile vanished. "What?" "The guy you've been talking to. Texting. Calling at 2 a.m. Who is he?" Her face went pale. Then defensive. Then carefully, deliberately blank. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Don't. Daniel. Don't lie to me," I said, voice breaking. "Please. Don't lie to me." Silence. The air between us was suffocating. Heavy. Like the moment before a storm breaks. She looked down at her phone. Then back at me. And I saw it, the moment she realized she was caught. "His name is Eric," she finally said. Quiet. Defeated. The confirmation hit me like a freight train, even though I already knew. Even though I'd been preparing myself for days. "How long?" She hesitated. Looked away. 2 months. 2 months. 8 weeks. 60 days of living a lie. 60 days of kissing me while thinking of him. 60 days of sleeping next to me while wishing she was somewhere else. I laughed. A hollow, broken sound that didn't belong in my body. 2 months. "I'm sorry. Do you love him?" She looked at me. Really looked at me. And I saw it. The truth she didn't want to say. The truth she'd been hiding behind late-night phone calls and closed bathroom doors and angled screens. "I don't know." "You don't know," I repeated, voice cracking like glass. "I didn't mean for this to happen. But it did." I was confused. "You're still confused." "It just happened." We started talking, and he was nice, and he listened. I listened. I was shouting now. I never shout. "I listened to every word you ever said. I supported your dreams. I bought you those markers. I asked you to move in. I gave you everything." "I know. Then why wasn't I enough?" She started crying. Tears streaming down her face. But I didn't comfort her. I couldn't. "Do you love him?" I asked again, quieter this time. She wiped her eyes. Looked at me. And said nothing. And that was answer enough. "I think you should leave," I said. "What?" "Pack your things. Go to him. Since that's clearly where you want to be anyway. Please don't do this." "I'm not doing anything," I said, voice hollow. "You already did. Daniel, please. I can fix this." "I can." "Fix what?" "The fact that you fell in love with someone else? The fact that you lied to me for 2 months? The fact that you said, 'I love you,' to him while I was sleeping in the next room?" She froze. You checked my phone. I did. You had no right? You're right. I didn't. But you had no right to destroy me either, and yet here we are. Silence. She stood. Stared at me. Waiting for me to take it back. To fight for her. To beg her to stay. I didn't. I'll pack a bag, she said quietly. Take your time. She moved slowly. Deliberately. Like she was giving me time to change my mind. Time to stop her. I sat on the couch and watched her gather her things. Watched her pull her clothes from our closet. Watched her take down one of her paintings from the wall. Leave it, I said. What? The painting. Leave it. I'll box everything up. I'll have Marcus bring it to you. Where am I supposed to go? That's not my problem anymore. She flinched. But she didn't argue. She packed a bag. One bag. Like she was planning to come back. She wasn't. She stopped at the door. Turned. Looked at me one last time. I really am sorry, she said. I know. I never wanted to hurt you. But you did. She opened her mouth. Closed it. Nodded. And then she left. The door closed behind her with a soft click. And I sat alone in our apartment, my apartment now, surrounded by us, by 2 years of memories and promises and dreams, wondering when I became invisible. Wondering when she stopped seeing me. Wondering if she ever really did. The first week, I barely functioned. I called in sick. Told my principal I had the flu. Told Marcus I needed space. Told myself I was fine. I wasn't. I stopped eating. Food tasted like ash. Like punishment. I'd open the fridge, stare at its contents, close it again. I let the dishes pile up in the sink like gravestones. Let the laundry overflow the hamper. Let the apartment fall into disarray because keeping it together felt like too much effort. Her art still hung on the walls, mocking me with color and life and memories I couldn't escape. Her mug, burnt orange, chipped on the handle, her favorite, still sat by the coffee maker. Her scent still clung to the pillows, faint but unbearable. I hated it. I couldn't let it go. I'd wake up in the middle of the night reaching for her, forgetting she wasn't there. I'd make 2 cups of coffee out of habit, then stare at the second one until it went cold, until the steam stopped rising, until it became just another reminder of what I'd lost. I'd hear a sound in the other room, the creak of a floorboard, the rustle of fabric, and think, for half a second, that she'd come back. She never did. I replayed everything. Every conversation. Every moment. Trying to figure out where I went wrong. What I could have done differently. How I could have been enough. Maybe I worked too much. Maybe I didn't give her enough attention. Maybe I was boring. Predictable. Safe. Maybe she needed excitement and I only offered stability. Maybe I loved her too much and she felt suffocated. Or maybe I didn't love her enough and she went looking for more. Maybe. The maybes were eating me alive. On day 8, Marcus showed up unannounced. Let himself in with the spare key I'd given him years ago. Took one look at me, unshaven, hollow-eyed, wearing the same shirt I'd had on for 3 days, and dragged me out of the apartment. Literally. Grabbed my arm and pulled me to my feet. You look like death, he said. I feel like it. Good. Feel it. Then let it go. How? I asked, voice breaking. How do you let go of someone who rewrote your definition of love? He didn't have an answer. Just drove me to his place. Made me shower. Made me eat. Made me sit on his couch while he played video games and pretended I wasn't falling apart next to him. You're not dying, he said after a while. Feels like it. I know. But you're not. You're just transforming. Into what? Someone stronger. Someone who knows their worth. I didn't believe him. But slowly, painfully, I started to try. I boxed up her things. Every sketch. Every plant. Every piece of clothing she'd left behind. Every reminder that she'd existed in my space. I took down the paintings. Even the ones I liked. Especially the ones I liked. I changed the sheets. Bought new ones. Dark blue instead of white. Different. Not ours. Mine. I scrubbed the apartment like I could erase her from the walls. From the floors. From the air itself. I started running again, something I'd given up when we got together because she wasn't into exercise and I wanted to spend my mornings with her instead. Now I run every day. Miles and miles. Until my lungs burned and my legs ached and I was too tired to think. I started teaching with purpose again. Remembered why I loved it. The way a student's eyes lit up when they finally understood something. The way history could make the present make sense. I started writing. Journaling at first, raw, messy, stream of consciousness purging of everything I felt. Then poetry. Then something that almost looked like a short story. I started remembering who I was before her. And it was terrifying. Because I'd built so much of my identity around being her partner. Around being the person she loved. Without her, I didn't know who I was. But I started to find out. And one morning, 3 weeks after she left, I woke up and didn't think about her first thing. I thought about coffee. About the lesson I needed to plan. About the run I wanted to take. And then, maybe 10 minutes later, I thought about her. And it didn't hurt as much. It felt like betrayal. Like I was letting her go. Like I was admitting defeat. But it also felt like freedom. I didn't miss her anymore. I missed who I thought she was. I missed the version of her I'd loved. But that version didn't exist. Maybe never did. And I couldn't keep mourning someone who was never real. 6 months later, I wasn't the same man. I'd lost 20 pounds. Not from starving, from running. From eating better. From actually taking care of myself instead of just existing. I'd gained clarity. Perspective. A sense of self I'd forgotten I had. I started writing seriously. Not just journaling, but actual pieces. Essays. Short stories. I submitted them to literary journals. Got rejected. Got rejected again. Got one acceptance that made me feel like maybe, just maybe, I was worth something after all. I even went back to grad school part-time. Something I'd always wanted but convinced myself I didn't have time for. Why didn't you do this before? Marcus asked when I told him. I don't know. I guess I thought I had to choose between my career and my relationship. And now? Now I realize I can have both. I just need to choose the right person to have it with. I stopped searching for her on social media. Stopped checking her Instagram to see if she'd posted anything. Stopped wondering if she was happy with him. Stopped caring. I deleted her number. Unfollowed her. Blocked her, even, because I didn't trust myself not to look. I went on a few dates. Nothing serious. Just testing the waters. Remembering how to talk to women without comparing them to her. I started to heal. And then, on a random Thursday afternoon, I saw her. At the same bookstore where we'd met. I'd gone in to buy a birthday gift for my mom. She loved old mystery novels. I was browsing the shelves, half distracted, thinking about dinner plans, when I looked up and there she was. Standing near the poetry section. Holding a book I didn't recognize. She looked different. Thinner. Tired. The light I remembered, the one that used to make her glow, was gone. She saw me. Froze. For a moment, neither of us moved. Then she walked over. Slowly. Hesitantly. Hi, she said. Hi. Silence. The kind that screams. You look good, she said softly. Really good. Thanks. And I did. I knew I did. I could see it in her eyes, the surprise, the regret, the realization that I'd moved on without her. How have you been? She asked. Good. You. She looked down. I've been better. More silence. I'm sorry, she said suddenly, eyes wet. For everything. For what I did. For how I did it. I was stupid. I nodded. I know. He left me, she whispered. Eric. 2 months ago. I waited for the satisfaction. The vindication. The sense of poetic justice. It never came. I felt nothing. I'm sorry to hear that, I said. And I meant it. I made a mistake, she said, voice breaking. The biggest mistake of my life. You were everything. And I threw it away for someone who didn't even. Mara. Stop. She looked up at me, tears streaming down her face. I can't do this, I said gently. I can't be your comfort. I can't be your regret. I know. I needed you to know. I do. And I forgive you. Her eyes widened. You do? Yeah. Because holding on to anger was killing me. And I'm done dying for people who don't choose me. She nodded. Wiped her eyes. Take care of yourself, I said. Daniel. Take care of yourself, I repeated. And I walked away. Out of the bookstore. Into the sunlight. And I didn't look back. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. A whisper that fades into static. A door that closes without a slam. An ending that doesn't feel like one until you're miles down the road, looking back, realizing you're free. I don't hate her. I don't wish her harm. But I don't wish her back, either. She taught me something important, something I didn't want to learn but needed to. Love isn't just about finding the right person. It's about being seen, valued, chosen. Every single day. And I wasn't chosen. But that doesn't mean I'm not worth choosing. A year after she left, I met someone new. Her name is Claire. She's a librarian at the university where I'm taking grad classes. We met when I was looking for a specific historical text and couldn't find it in the catalogue. "Can I help you find something?" she asked. I looked up. She had warm brown eyes, curly hair pulled back in a messy bun, and a smile that felt genuine. "Yeah, actually. I'm looking for this book on the French Revolution, but it's not coming up in the system. Let me check the back. We just got a donation. Might be in there." She came back 10 minutes later with the exact book I needed, dusty and worn but perfect. "You're a lifesaver," I said. "Part of the job." She paused. "You're in Professor Klein's seminar, aren't you?" "How'd you know?" "I've seen you in here a lot. You always look so focused. It's refreshing." We started talking. About books, about history, about the weird overlap between poetry and politics. She told me she was working on her own graduate degree in library science, that she loved old poetry, Mary Oliver, especially, and that she had a habit of laughing too loud in quiet places. "I can't help it," she said. "When something's funny, I laugh. That's not a bad thing. Tell that to my coworkers." We exchanged numbers. Started getting coffee between classes. Then dinner. Then weekend hikes. Then lazy Sunday mornings in bed, reading next to each other, her feet tucked under my legs, her hand occasionally reaching out to touch mine like she just wanted to make sure I was real. And when I say, "I love you," she says it back. Every single time. Without hesitation. Without distraction. Without her phone in her hand or her mind somewhere else. She looks at me like I'm the only person in the room. Like I matter. Like I'm worth choosing. And for the first time in a long time, I believe it. I don't think about my ex much anymore. But when I do, I don't feel pain. I feel grateful. Because she stopped saying, "I love you," to me. And that taught me to say it to myself. She taught me that I deserve better. And now I have it. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Steady. Consistent. Sometimes it's someone who texts you in the middle of the day just to say they're thinking of you. Sometimes it's someone who listens to your terrible jokes and laughs anyway. Sometimes it's someone who holds your hand in the grocery store for no reason other than they want to. Sometimes it's someone who sees you. Really sees you. And chooses you. Every single day. I used to think love was fireworks. Now I know it's a hearth. A place you return to. A place that warms you. A place that feels like home. And I finally found mine. Not in someone else. But in myself. And then, once I did, I found it in Claire too. She didn't fix me. I fixed myself. But she chose to walk beside me. To build something new. Something honest. Something real. And that's all I ever wanted. To be chosen. To be seen. To be loved. Not despite my flaws, but with them. Not as a placeholder, but as a person. Not as a story someone tells, but as a life someone shares. I'm happy now. Really, truly happy. And if my ex ever wonders how I'm doing, I hope she knows. I'm doing better than I ever did with her. Because I learned to love myself first. And that made all the difference.